Hey everyone, welcome to Zeitgeist Zealots. I'm Forrest.
I'm celebrating 100 episodes, motherfuckers. What's up? It's Major.
I'm Robbie.
Yeah, we're all
Sif.
here for the 100th episode.
Damn it,
And
Forrest.
yeah, so it's 100 episodes.
Even
Even though you're
Forrest,
doing it without
Major.
Matt.
Matt
be
Baker.
coming.
What did he
Matt's
say?
showing up
Seven?
later. Hey, look, Captain Butt Pussy was scheduled to appear. He might come back, but his girlfriend just made him walk the plank, or maybe she walked his plank. I'm not sure, but maybe Captain Pussy will be showing up from episodes 1 and 2. Like, we have a possibly star-studded cast of member berries showing up today. Maybe not. Who knows? But that's what's exciting about 100 episodes. Is anyone else just already drunk besides me? Because like the text went out, I was like 100 episodes. We all get drunk. Like I feel like it's just me. I feel like everyone else like went climbing and
We're gonna have you
like working
We're
out.
gonna have you drink the first 90 beers, and then
I'll do
we're gonna
90
drink the
beers,
remaining
and then
10.
Forrest will grab the last 10.
Yeah.
Robert,
Or I could just have 2 4 locos. That equals 10 beers, right?
oh my, that equals 50 beers. Wait,
Jesus.
you gotta go back to 2009. Got some 2009 for a local.
All right, Mage, you're gonna have to like grab the
man.
4. You only have to drink 4. That'll equal 100 beers. So
Some,
yeah, who else is here? We
some
have
prequel
Tip and Robbie.
locos. Yeah, we got some Tip
Yeah.
and Robbie as well. Yeah. And
So-
Robbie has volunteered to go on an ayahuasca trip for this entire podcast. So congratulations to Robert. We appreciate his sacrifice. And I cannot
What trip?
wait
To
hear-
where?
Ayahuasca.
I did a what?
Ayahuasca.
Iowa?
You guys don't.
I
What?
don't know
What are you
what
talking
ayahuasca
about?
is.
Oh God!
Yeah, I
dude.
don't either.
Call your parents and thank them. Be like, you guys have raised me so right. Ayahuasca is like some crazy like psychedelic trip. It's like there's mushrooms, ayahuasca, and DMT. And ayahuasca's like right in the middle. Ayahuasca's like where you go in like that Native American tent and you trip balls, and or you go to South America. That's not actually how you take
It sounded like a
ayahuasca.
city in Japan.
No, ayahuasca
sounded
is
like-
like
it's
like a
Native
root. It's like
American?
a tea. It's
I see.
a dude. You take ayahuasca and you trip for like 72 hours, dude. You take ayahuasca and you are above
It's a
a
state
Fett.
right next to Iowa.
Yeah, you are above a Fett with
Yeah.
a lizard up his nose, right? And you're about to write a book. That's what ayahuasca
Oh, man.
is.
Yeah, too bad we don't have any
So, dude,
Star Wars
no,
content to talk about
good
this
for
week.
good for the parents of Forrest and Rob. Just golf claps all around, and good for my parents, right? I just have to Google more
Teaching you
shit than
about
they do.
ayahuasca.
I don't know it. I've never taken ayahuasca, but dude, I'd be a bull-faced liar if I didn't say I didn't want to. 100%. But I've never taken it, and you know my parents raised me right as well. I just I just turned the Google search filter off. That's all, guys.
So as long as I got everyone on, we can at least talk about some news that came out this week. Looks like Guardians of the Galaxy has
headlines.
the lowest
I love
Rotten
you
Tomato-
guys
has the-
so much. No headlines.
has the lowest Rotten
I love
Tomatoes
you,
score.
Forrest. No headlines. I love you, Forrest. Headlines. I love you, Robbie.
Not out yet,
Headlines.
though.
I love you, Tip. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy. Blah blah blah, dude. James Gunn was tweeting out back in 2012. You know what we were doing back in 2012? Being best friends. You know what we were doing back in 2008? Also being best friends and running to the point where we threw up our guts because cross country is the worst. I just want to emphasize episode 100, right? We're talking about 20 years of friendship, 20 years of nerdom, but we're going to start with the last 20 hours of
news.
So hit us up for us.
Well, we have a special guest with us after a long hiatus. We
Wah,
have,
wah,
Matt
wah,
back on.
wah. Oh my
One thing
God,
to-
the man that makes your dick harder than any other dungeon master, the man that makes you want to infiltrate his dungeon if you're the master. We have Mr. Matt on the line. Maybe.
How's it going, gentlemen?
Oh,
there he is.
It's been a while.
Matt,
Glad to have you
dude,
back.
you're my hero. Hey, so the
Yeah,
last
you
time
can tell which one of us has been drinking.
I think-
I'm Matt.
Yeah, I think what we can do is we just have Matt go over everything we've been talking about the past 2 months. Like, Matt, what did you think of season 3 of Mandalorian? We really want to hear your thoughts.
Ooh,
My
Matt the
thoughts
moderator.
were, I will say this: they got away from the space western theme, which I really think detracted from it. and it became essentially a season to fill in all the plot holes of the sequels, which A, I enjoy, but B, hated that we used The Mandalorian as a platform to do that. Overall, it was enjoyable. Definitely a down season, as long as we don't talk about episode 6 ever existing. That's just off to the side. We won't talk about that.
Yeah, that Jack White guy.
Peaches.
I think. Well, I think it's interesting. You mentioned, season 3 being, not as good as the first 2, but I think like Kathleen Kennedy forced Jon Favreau to make Grogu and Din Djarin reunite. I think.
Ooh, allegedly, I heard the exact
that
opposite.
he might not have been there.
I heard a recent article that it was actually Jon Favreau, and as of April 28th, right? That there's a new rumor that Jon Favreau actually insisted on Grogu reuniting with Din Djarin in the Book of Boba Fett, and I wonder if that's saving face, like. The Book of Boba Fett was not great, right? And what do we do after we've all been in high school. We've all written, like, you have an assignment. You have to write 5 pages on the Revolutionary War, and you get 4 pages into it. And then all of a sudden you're like, shit, I don't know what to do here. Maybe, let's just send in the French. Let's just call the French in for page 5, and that'll help save us. Historically accurate to a degree.
It's funny because I think Tamura Morrison just did an interview this week where he bitched about the Book of Boba Fett and like how he was upset how they made Din Djarin the star in the last 2 episodes.
So I understand the controversy. Hot take on this. So check out Eckhart's Ladder because he's just a phenomenal nerd, really deep into the Star Wars culture. So I heard the sound footage of the soundbite you're talking about. I've seen the footage, the soundbite, and the footage you're talking about. But what Eckhart argues is that Tamara Morrison has had an extensive background of being incredibly sarcastic and facetious in his interviews, right? So for the last 10 years or so, he's given jovial, offhanded, like one-off comments during his interviews, and Eckhart was arguing that's what he was doing here as well, right? But then you have someone like Star Wars Theory on YouTube who clearly stands with Tamara Morrison. So, I don't know. And to be honest, it makes me mad. There's enough confusion between left-wing news and right-wing news in my life. I don't need this
X-wing news and Y-wing news.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need this bipartisan bullshit into my Star Wars, right? Like whether Tamara Morrison was being left or like zeros or ones, it's all binary to me, right? So you can C3PO me out the door on this.
You do raise a good point, though. The Book of Boba Fett, the reason why The Mandalorian is in that is because it wasn't well written and it was rushed. It feels like literally they were showing up to set with the script just being written the night before.
Oh, am I taking a bath today?
You see, just like Iron Man was shot. I think anything with Jon Favreau, there's usually like a last-minute script involved. It's an absolute miracle Iron Man was so successful because the script wasn't finished while they were filming it. And you could probably tell, like, Robert Downey Jr. was, Iron Man, because Robert Downey Jr. was definitely, and Jeff Bridges were definitely like improvising in front of the screen for some scenes. So, but yeah, like listen to Jeff Bridges' interview on it like a few years back. He said like it's a miracle it got made. Yeah. So,
what? Tony Stark made the Iron Man in a cave with a box of scraps, which is, by the way,
I'm not Tony Stark.
Of new rock stars, right? Like can't recognize game, dude. The breakdowns of the box of scraps, the best. Eric Voss, dude, love you, man. Keep it going.
So Matt, we also want to hear your thoughts on The Last of Us. Or what was I'll let you finish your thought.
God. Matt, how have you been? How's your life? And then how's The Last of Us?
Huh?
It's been a hot fucking minute.
Yeah, it has been a while.
How many zombie apocalypses have we gone through between the last time we've heard about Matt's life?
The Walking Dead, all the spin-offs, The Last of Us.
Right, exactly.
World War Z, like all the Resident Evil movies.
Earth has died 14 times between the last time we've had Matt The moon fell. Moon was
Yep.
falling the last time Matt came on the podcast.
So the high level thought of The Last of Us, I will say this: it was enjoyable. I went into it kind of worried about, like, I never played the video game before. Can they really adapt a video game to the larger screen? And I think this goes to show that, you know, doing it as a show A is a lot better than doing it as a movie. And B, overall, like, I enjoyed it. I didn't want to play the video game, but the story was, like I said, amazing, and they did a real good job of it. And also this idea of not straying away from the rated R content really helped The Last of Us, because there's that episode with Ellie where the priest guy who's trying to get her to the commune or whatever, and they did not stray away from those scenes. And I really think
had to fill it cannibal.
Mhm.
You know,
it's
very R-rated stuff.
The worst thing you can be is a PG-13. You know, it just. I think that's a crisis we're having with Marvel, Star Wars, and everything else that Disney touches. Is they want it to be to the broadest market, so PG-13 is the safest. But for us nerds, rated R is the way to go with some of these things.
Dude,
you know?
That's
then you're free to just put everything in there.
Dude, Deadpool 3, Logan, excellent R-rated movies, right? What I'm talking about.
Deadpool 3 isn't out yet.
Well, sorry, Deadpool 2, the Deadpool movies.
Deadpool 3 will be rated R though.
It will be in the Marvel, and it will make over $1 billion, right? If not, then you can just go ahead and unsubscribe to this podcast if I'm wrong.
Well, you gotta remember, Joker was rated R, and it usurped Deadpool 2 as the highest grossing R-rated movie.
But was that also a lot of false advertisement? Didn't everyone say Joker was going to revolutionize movies, and you walked out of Joker going, wasn't that Taxi Driver in the 80s?
So I will say this: I hate DC, and I hate how they keep going back to the Batman.
Wait, you hate DC? No, Joker, you hate DC or you hate DC movies? Matt,
DC
I love
movies,
you.
The DC Universe movies.
All right, there you go.
But I loved Joker. I loved that movie. Okay. It was something different, and they went full rated R with it, and it's one of the few ones where I sat up and I was like, wow, this is actually really cool. But it is Taxi Driver.
Yes. But do you want Taxi Driver 2 as a musical? Are you ready for Joker 2 as a musical starring Poker Face, Lady Gaga?
Oh God, I'm worried, but you never know. Sometimes these actors will surprise you.
They proved us wrong the first time. So.
I mean, like, people say A Star Is Born is a great movie. I can't personally, like, as a man, I can't get over Bradley Cooper pissing his pants on stage. It hurts too much to see him just. I know it's phenomenal acting. That's what it is. It's a goddamn, like, just a moment of pure brilliance of scenery. Like, when you don't want to watch a movie because, like, the acting's so good, it makes you so uncomfortable. You don't want to like watch this happening, even though you know this is fake. Like, that's how good the acting is, and like that's like what Bradley Cooper brings to Guardians of the Galaxy 3 with Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, Rocket really pees his
I'm Groot.
Well, apparently it's getting the lowest Rotten Tomatoes score, but it's like only like 79, which isn't bad at all. So I don't know if people are freaking out.
Is the opposite of The Flash, guys.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Matt was talking about how disappointed he was with DC, but the critics, the rumor mill, right, which are all just a bunch of paid shills. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not get erections over this, right? But guys, the rumblings on the street is that The Flash is the best DC movie since The Dark Knight. How
don't you mean
Batman
3? Because it's basically like a sequel to Batman Returns. They're heavily leaning into the fact that this is Michael
Keaton. Batman Forever. You mean Batman Forever, aka Batman 3. Yeah, absolutely.
Tim Burton's Batman 3. Yeah.
Which I think Batman was going to be called Batman Forever. Which really should have been the fourth Batman movie like Forever, but
they're heavily leaning into the fact that Michael Keaton's playing Batman, and they're also leaning heavily into the fact that it's a sequel or like a revision of Man of Steel, which was already a not controversial, but like had mixed critical response when it was released. So I don't know. It just seems like
I don't want to be a downer, but like R.I.P. Kevin Conroy. I think it's a big dude. How great would it have been to have all the Batman in the same fucking room?
Adam West, yeah, he's gone too, so they couldn't have.
Adam West, yeah, dude. We were 5 years away, and like one good Kevin Feige manager from having 5 fucking Batman in the same fucking room. That just it hurts. It hurts a little bit inside, but I think it just might be the heartburn or the IPAs.
Val Kilmer has throat cancer, so he can't be in it.
No, Val Kilmer.
Yeah, his throat cancer. He's Top Gun too.
Speaking of which,
he's alive. He's alive. He's has throat cancer.
Have you seen this documentary on Amazon Prime? Is
it good?
It's so amazing. He has his son actually read what he writes to narrate the whole movie. It's a tearjerker. It's great. I had to go for a walk after watching it. I definitely highly recommend it. But he talks about how the worst acting job he ever had was Batman, and that he was the most miserable being Batman. How he could never move in the suit, and the writing was always last minute. And he admits he phoned it in, and when he refused to reprise his role, and it ended up going to George Clooney afterwards, how Hollywood blackballed him because of it. Like, how dare you turn around a multi-billion-dollar franchise?
Oh shit! All right,
and
it's
Val
called
Kilmer.
Val.
Yep,
Val
he considers it the
on
lowest
Prime.
point in his acting career was Batman.
Well, I think after that, he didn't really do much. He did Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah, because Hollywood blackballed him because he refused to. Because right before that, you also have The Island of Dr. Moreau, which was a critical failure, and then he turns down a second Batman, so they thought he was toxic, and that's why he ended up doing he went doing the play circuit. He wrote his own play and went around doing that.
Holy shit, dude! I just looked at
before. I think right before Batman Forever, he did Tombstone. He didn't get nominated for an Oscar, but he should have gotten nominated for an Oscar. But I think after that movie came out, he was definitely an A-list actor at the time.
That's why he got Batman, was because of Tombstone.
So it just seemed like Joel Schumacher. Well, the thing is
when you look on IMDb, it says they have the section they're known for the actor, right? And it's Jim Morrison in The Doors, Simon Templar in The Saint, Gay Perry in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and Danny Parker and The Sultan Sea. Imagine being an actor, one of the 6 fucking actors of all time, of all American Hollywood, playing Batman, and that's not what you're known for.
Yeah,
I think it's just so.
You gotta
cringe,
remember,
dude.
He wouldn't have even been in that movie if Tim Burton had agreed to Keaton walked away, because Tim Burton wasn't going to direct it, and then Joel Schumacher signed on.
I have no authority or opinion in the matter as I sit in front of my $3,000 Batman fucking portrait, right? So I'm no one. Don't listen to my opinion, right? But I think Val Kilmer is fucking great in this movie, right? And I'll defend the hell out of Batman and Robin because I love the campiness of the Adam West Batman series. So I'm not the person to ask for this, but this is definitely not the memories that. Yeah, this is not. Well, this is not the Batman that Val Kilmer should be remembered for. Val Kilmer, fuck the internet. That was a good Batman. Get over it, Val Kilmer.
This is not the Val Kilmer they're looking for.
There we go. Thank you, Tip. Thank you. That's exactly what I was trying to say.
Crossover.
Funny story, though, with Batman, when they went to George Clooney, and I forget if it's the next one that had Uma Thurman and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Alicia Silverstone, I think is in it.
Yeah.
So
killed her career. Killed her and Chris O'Donnell's career.
Well, I actually went to
phenomenal
the movie.
I love it so much.
Major, because you are literally the Iceman.
Yeah, I'm worth Christopher O'Donnell's career. The back credit card, dude. If you guys are horny for Batman and Robin as I am, in Miami, you can go down to Wynwood, and they have, I kid you not, a 2 foot by 3 foot bat credit card, as a piece of art, right? With Bruce Wayne signing on it. Dude, I almost bought it. I couldn't because it's too cheesy. It's too cheesy. But if someone who loves corniness as much as me and isn't married to my wife.
Well,
that went down to where?
Wouldn't buy that shit.
So
it's fun.
The thing is, that movie was
fun.
super campy, and it was
Still
super campy, over the top. But the funny part is, the first time I ever saw that movie, my mom and I actually went to go see a double feature, and the opening movie was Contact. I don't know if you remember this movie.
It was
Great
Contact,
movie.
Aliens?
With
basically
Jodie Foster.
Yeah, Jodie Foster. They hear a sound from space, and then they end up building this like transportation device that'll let them transport into space. But it's this very hard sci-fi, make you think, very serious movie about humans in this universe, and it's like a very highbrow, it's a good, great sci-fi movie. And then the very next movie is this. And it was just so such a major shift that my mom and I were looking at each other like, do we really want to watch the rest of this, or should we leave? But I never leave movies, unfortunately. And I made her stay.
What does it Contact have because I know they blow up the satellite or the tower or whatever, right?
So
the
what's
twist
the
is
name?
there's another tower on the other side of the Gary Busey.
Gary Busey's son.
Gary Busey's son. He blows up the tower, but there's another tower on the other side of the planet, right?
Yep. And then the billionaire, because the Deus Ex Machina, the billionaire. Oh, I built another one, all privately in Japan. Yeah, that's the one bad part about that movie. But it's a great movie, and what's great too is they do some film tricks that were never done before that people use all the time now. And you go from this serious sci-fi, hard sci-fi movie to Batman and Robin, and Alicia Silverstone, and nipples on armor.
Yeah, no nipples on Batgirl's costume, strangely.
Yeah.
So, but, way to have double standards there, Joel Schumacher. Yeah, it's interesting. I know Jodie Foster's about to do the season 4 True Detective. It's going to take place in Alaska. It looks really interesting, but I know that the guy who did the first 3 seasons isn't involved, or he's not writing it. So we'll see how good it is. But it looks like they actually filmed it in Alaska. And it looks like looks like to me. I was like, who would ever want to live in Alaska? This looks like a very unhospitable place. It looks like
I think there's a lot of money to be made.
I guess there's oil.
Shitload of money, yeah.
People are just there for the gold and the oil. Well, I'm sure all the gold's been mined out already, right?
That's what she
maybe
said.
global warming will make it more habitable. That's what she said. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that's the only reason people would live in Alaska is just for the oil, right? And I guess there's still some gold to be found. I reckon. So,
well,
about
finished the Yukon Trail.
Meth, and your representatives being on meth. So.
Alaska, there's a lot of meth in Alaska. Is that what you said?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Look at Sarah Palin.
Whoa! Are we talking about crystal meth? Are we talking about ice crystal? Or are we talking about actual meth? What is this meth?
Has anybody followed
No.
Sarah Palin lately?
Yes. No.
I won't go down this avenue, but do yourself a favor. Check out her Twitter.
Well, it's funny because it's sort of like a neo-northern. I don't know if you all know what westerns are, obviously, but there's another genre called the northern, during the same period when they were making those movies. And it's basically set in late 19th, early 20th century North America, but in Western Canada and Alaska. So we have a lot of neo-westerns, No Country for Old Men, and various Breaking Bad, but this would be the first neo-northern. Maybe they could bring back that genre. So,
yeah, I know
so that was interesting.
I just want to fact check for us real fast for our 100th episode. I'm just gonna watch the opening scene of Robin and Batman and Robin opening HD. It's on YouTube. I've already queued it up. We're just gonna watch. Look here, we got some spikes. Look, bat nipples, Robin nipples. There's a bat butt. You're right. Oh my God, Forrest.
And a Robin butt.
Dude, I thought you were complete full of shit. I thought for sure. Oh, no, Robin crotch. No, there's a back crotch. We saw back crotch, Robin butt, Robin crotch.
Well, Joel Schumacher was openly gay, so this was sort of.
What the actual fuck, dude? No, that's kind of wrong, right? I don't want to be that token white guy that talks about equality in cinema, right? But what is happening here? We see a bunch of man nips but no female nips. That doesn't sound like equality.
Well, she
That
doesn't get her
sounds
suit
like,
until she doesn't get her suit until the very end of the movie. And he's also Alfred's niece, not Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
Well, what's the next one then? What's the one where they're all three dressing up together? Batman Forever?
That's Batman and Robin. Batman
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
Batman
but
and
then,
Robin
so
is Batgirl.
Yeah, but then Sarah Silverstein, she Alfred's dying and she gets
that's Batman and Robin.
The keys. Oh, is that Batman and Robin? What's the one after that? Batman.
Batman Begins. That was the last one that killed the franchise.
Damn, dude! I've watched so much fucking YouTube. I've watched enough YouTube videos about there being a sequel to this movie that I'm almost reading.
Well, it was supposed to be called Batman Triumphant. It was going to have the Scarecrow in it. And,
which is so dumb. Why not call it Batman Forever? It's the fourth Batman movie. You fucking dumbasses. But dude, how good?
We made it the third one.
How good was Batman? Not Batman Begins. Batman Begins kind of also not so great. But the next one, right? The Dark Knight.
Way better than Batman and Robin.
Dude, The Dark Knight might be one of the best movies of all time. But I'll tell you this, and I apologize, of course, I hope I'm not calling you out here. I'll never forget. Rob and I are hanging out, right? We're probably we're laughing, we're jerking each other off, we're sucking each other's
Heath Ledger.
Just having the greatest time of our lives as 14 or 15-year-olds, right? And then we hear this knock on the door. Right, and then I just open the door, and Forrest goes, knock, knock. And I'm like, who's there? And Forrest goes, nah, Heath Ledger. Dude, instant world star status, right? Just, dude, that man died 3 weeks ago. Was the most savage thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Probably top 5 funniest jokes to this day.
That was back when we worked at the movie theater.
It definitely, I saw that 8 times, mainly on your dime. Well, not your dime, but I got free because you worked there. Yeah, so that was a good summer.
Robin's a dime.
That same summer, Iron Man came out too.
I'm getting used to it.
That was a great year for movies. I think that movie, Tropic Thunder, came out.
I remember the year we were all working in the movie theater, or most of us were in the movie theater, and my car breaks down for a month during Orphan. So dude, I watched the movie Orphan 9 times while waiting for Robbie to get off work or take me home, or my mom or my dad to come pick me up. Dude, I watched this movie 9 or 10 times. You were Orphan, that little the parents adopt a 9-year-old girl, and then she tries to fucking sleep with the dad, and then it turns out the 9-year-old girl's a 36-year-old woman.
Oh, I missed that one.
Oh, it's a fantastic. Oh, well, spoiler alert for the movie Orphan. It's fucking fantastic. It's such a good movie.
Came out in 2009.
And not to show my age here, but we all know the best year of cinema is 1999.
Matrix.
Is that when?
And Fight Club, right?
Fight Club, The Matrix, Election, American Beauty. Just Miramax was taken over.
Orphan came out 2009.
The people involved were all horrible, but some of the best cinema came out in 1999.
Yeah. Didn't one of Kevin Smith's movies come out that year? Back when he was still, making movies regularly. When did Chasing Amy? Oh, that was 97. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know.
That's close enough. I think
08.
To Matt's point, the GOAT of movies, Caligula, came out in 1979. I think that's what he was really talking about.
Missed that one. But...
All right, no, just to look.
Dogma came out. Dogma came out in 99. That was pretty good.
If you don't know Caligula, Caligula is one of the worst movies of all time. It's porn, right?
It really is.
It's just Roman porn, right? It's before HBO came out.
I had the same guy.
Those who got the joke fucking found it very funny, and those who didn't should go watch Caligula and come back to it.
So some more movies from '99: Mystery Men, Office Space, The Mummy,
Mystery
The Iron
Men.
Giant, The Iron
Dogma.
Animated Iron Giant.
So it's.
How many of those are Miramax though?
Oh, also 1999. I was in the 2nd grade.
Austin Powers, The Spider Shagged Me. Come on.
Oh yeah, That's the one people like more remember because of Fat Bastard was in that one.
Oh,
Pause,
here you go.
everyone.
Here you go. One of the best movies ever. Being John Malkovich came out in 1999.
No, spoilers.
That's a good one.
Stop there. No,
That's a good one.
I was very confused for a very long time because I was familiar with the movie Being John Malkovich. I was familiar with the movie, the title, and like the actor in it. Dude, it took me 10 years to find out the actor was actually John Malkovich. I was so high and I was so confused for like a solid a day and a half. And like, wait, what? This guy, dude, like,
and what? Screenwriter had no idea. Yeah, the screenwriter did not know John Malkovich at all when he wrote that.
That's amazing.
Like the way his name sounded,
And then, oh god. And then one movie I have to suggest
way.
everybody to watch. It's one of those things that was never done before, and now it's done all the time. But Go is an amazing movie. You have to check out. It's one of these. You go through one person's story, and then you rewind the movie, and then it's the same story from another person's perspective.
Oh,
and
it's great.
The 13th floor. Go.
Yes. All right.
9.
Star Wars: The Phantom Menace for a Star Wars fan came out in 1999.
Okay. YOLO and Rebels. Gotta watch Rebels for the upcoming.
Yeah. Lake Placid. Like, it is one of these years where Hollywood was gobbling up all these independent quote-unquote films, and a lot of things got greenlit that shouldn't have. It's what A24 does nowadays. But definitely A24. Check out. Yeah, I love A24. That studio is amazing. The movies are either some of the best movies you'll ever see or some of the weirdest shit you'll ever see.
God damn, dude. Yeah, it'll either give you boners or nightmares. One of those two.
So the Green Knight, I hated. I wanted to like it. Green Knight, could not stand it.
The trailer looks so fucking bad.
You ever seen the trailer for Men, Matt?
I've seen the trailer for
I saw the trailer and I wanted to watch it, but A24 has that problem where I don't know what streaming service their stuff is, and it just pops up randomly, and that's one of them that has not popped up anywhere yet.
Apparently it was not good. Well, it's like very, very weird, like you said. So I got like a 6.1 on IMDb. So like anything lower than like a 7 stars.
Oh, speaking of 6.1, did you guys hear that male penises have been growing over the last 30 years? Calm down, it's only 5.4, but still. Yeah.
And from left field comes Major.
Guys, I'm just trying to keep this as tangential as possible. You guys, 100 episodes. You guys try to keep this on target. I'm gonna try to keep this as off target as possible with as much random info as possible. Guys, I stopped having sex to have this podcast because I was like, you know what's funnier than fucking my wife? Fucking all of the audience.
What?
I got us there.
Major.
So I heard that Mia Kunis might play.
Let's go back to Tip. It's just sex. It's not a big deal. He's never stopped in the middle of a meal before. Look, I just choked on my own bullshit for a second. Sorry about that.
Oh my god!
look, men need food, men need houses, men need sex, and then like you can just, dude. I'll stop eating to build a house. I'll stop building a house to have sex. I'll stop having sex to eat a meal, and that's how Rochambeau works.
So yeah, I'm just looking up some other news articles.
Rob, you got anything? Rob, you got anything for that, bro? Best friend?
I just fucking love it.
Robbie, you kicked me in the balls 20 years ago. You got anything to support? Deny that shit. That's the dumbest shit I just came up with on the spot. You go ahead.
Major's intense hot air.
So I know we all love Last of Us. We heard Matt gave his blessing on Last of Us. Matt, are there any other video games adaptations you would like to see in the future?
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons.
It looks like this train's not going to stop.
You piece of shit. Matt is our dungeon master, and we're
Major, stop drinking. Okay,
no.
FYI, just stop.
It's
got progressively drunker over the last How long has this been going? Not that
You say
long.
that I've had literally a half a beer. Most of the drinking was done ahead of time. It's 100,
Maybe
it's
it's just
100
all hitting
episodes.
them
Well, it's
now.
100 episodes, 100 beers, all drunk by Major.
So-
Yeah,
Oh,
that was the plan.
For
Super fun.
to answer your question though, and
Yeah.
try to
Matt
keep
is
it
the
on
most
track.
beautiful person I've ever met, and all I'm
I
asking
doubt
is
that.
how he walks around with an
Damn it.
8-inch dick as a
Right,
DM. Like you just
All
rolled.
right, I'm gonna mute Major for a second. So, Matt,
What do you
what video
think
game?
the DM?
What video game adaptation would you like to see?
So here's where I get frustrated with the current state of Hollywood, whether it's the streaming services or actual movies, is the lack of originality and the over-reliance on IP, whether it be comic books or video games that already have an audience that we try to appeal to. So honestly, I just want to see something original. I don't want to see HBO take another video game and try to make it into the next Last of Us. You know, I want to
Well,
see.
that's not gonna happen.
You know,
They're
well,
already
that's,
getting
you
like
know,
they're already doing
What about-
another Game of Thrones spinoff called the Hedge Knight.
if you want my honest, I would really like to see some of these early 90s, mid 90s RPGs adopted into like a very long, several seasons, like maybe 5 seasons. So like Chrono Trigger would be awesome, but you couldn't do that in a movie.
What's
Tweak
that?
it in, tweak it into. Chrono Trigger is considered the best JRPG ever released on Super Nintendo, and it is
RPG?
a phenomenal Japanese-style RPG.
Oh, okay.
phenomenal
Rob and I
story.
used to Time Crisis in the movie theater where we just shoot it. So
Yep.
go on.
You know, well, you know what? We've already done. What is that movie? Crank. That's Time Crisis, right?
Oh yeah.
Right, yeah.
But
I've
I
played Time
would
Crisis
like to
4
see.
recently.
You know, there's a ton of RPGs that I grew up playing that I really love. That I would really love to see it adapted. But you know what's going to happen is we're going to get like a Spyro the Dragon movie because they're
Why?
gonna say, hey, this.
Why does
this
that sound
IP
negative?
Not
This
HBO.
sound- That's why did you say it negatively, dude? Dude, jizz in my pants.
sucks.
Andy Serkis as Spyro the Dragon, dude. Take all my fucking money. Take my 401k.
Well,
I will buy that. I'll buy
So
that
you know-
franchise for.
I was hoping for like Red Dead
sure.
Redemption.
Yeah.
Or maybe
No,
like
fuck
Police
that.
Knots.
Spyro has
Atari-
nostalgia.
the company that currently owns the Atari brand name, which is calling itself Atari, is actually going out and buying a ton of Sega and PlayStation IP from the 90s and early aughts.
SCP? Is that the Chinese
So like
police?
Sly Cooper is one of them. So like I see these like characters that there was a big push during that time frame to like make them into like icons, the next Mario. We'll start seeing movies from that coming soon, which is just unfortunate.
Heard good
It's
things
lazy.
about that new Mario.
Yeah, dude, honestly, I agree with you, Matt, and I'm glad you said that. When you said that, because people are just like taking already created characters. They're so lazy and not wanting to make anything. Like, what is up with that? Like, why? Like, aren't there
we
people
know
making
this is-
characters?
It's just like the
this is-
comic book. It's
it's
not going to stop though.
2023,
So
bro.
we have to choose
No,
which one
it's
would you like.
2023. What has anyone come up with in the last 20 years that hasn't come up in the last 2,000 years?
That's
A
this
blonde
kind
chick
of
with
ties
big
into-
tits?
This
Look,
ties into my point about why 1999 is the best film year ever, and why I really love A24 right now. It's because we gave
They
a
did
lot
original stuff,
of
yeah.
this original wacky shit off the wall stuff, and we gave it a chance. And yeah, some of it failed, but some of it
What
is
about
some of the best
what
stuff.
about Blumhouse? Isn't
Can-
Blumhouse
Blum-
doing a lot of original stuff?
Blumhouse,
Like
is
Jordan
good.
Peele.
I like Blumhouse.
Blumhouse?
May I introduce you to Charlie Day? Charlie Day has been. He's got
Yeah,
some.
he has a new movie coming out, which looks
Yeah.
really good.
It looks so good, dude. Charlie Day, dude. Imagine this fucking, dude. Just I don't understand what life is. How is life right now? Like, COVID was weird. The lockdown was weird, but Charlie Day, the weirdo from Always Sunny in Philadelphia coming out to be like this Jordan Peele of just geniuses of directors? Like, what is happening to our lives right now? Where he comes out with just some of the greatest shit I've ever seen. I am so excited for this next Charlie Day piece.
Yeah, well, it seems like they're just going to keep doing more Insidious movies. It seems.
You know what they're going to keep doing? Oh, and more Insidious, more of the Nun, the Conjuring movies.
Well, the Conjuring.
Yeah, the Conjuring movies. But you know what else they're going to do a lot more of is Star Wars. How do we feel about that? I want to go around round table. I want to start with Forrest, Tip, Robbie, and Matt. And we'll go in that order, and I'll remind you guys of the order. It's not a problem, right? But I want to hear your next desired, not what's going to happen, but your favorite desired director for a trilogy, right? If Kathleen Kennedy came out tomorrow and said, I need to do another trilogy, and I need a director, Forrest, Tip, Robbie, Matt, who would you pick for your next director?
Denis Villeneuve for Green Lantern for the Green Lantern. I don't know.
Okay, so after the Dune
trilogy,
he's going to do Dune 1. He did Dune 1. He's going to do Dune 2, and then after that, he's going to do a trilogy of the Green Lantern saga.
I guess maybe. I don't know what else with DC characters, because I don't know. Are they going to reboot Flash? I think might be.
Probably.
He'd like to do Batman, but everyone wants to do Batman. So, I mean, maybe like a Superman movie, he'd be good for. But I don't know. He's like the probably one of the best directors in Hollywood right now. That's not Chris Nolan or Scorsese.
I like it.
Would y'all like to see? Yeah.
Go on. No. What do we want to see?
Well, I was just thinking like Quentin Tarantino was going to do a Luke Cage movie back in the day.
No, dude, I don't want to see a foot fetish superhero movie. I just don't. And like whatever Quentin Tarantino could provide to the gory aspect of superhero movies, I feel like Amazon already did with The Invincible.
Possibly so.
Right? Like I don't think he's that talented, like enough to impact the superhero genre the way that Christopher Nolan did, right? Christopher Nolan took The Dark Knight and just butt fucked the superhero genre and turned it into a man, right? It turned it from this sissy boy or God, I hate this entire analogy so much. But like, you know, this Robin Hood, this Batman and Robin were like literally people were making fun of if you like Batman Forever, right? If you like Batman and Robin with Uma Thurman and Mr. Freeze, Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? And now, like you've got Christian Bale coming in, he's like, who are you? And it's like, dude, like it's cool to like Batman now because of The Dark Knight, and like that's fucking cool. That's fucking awesome.
It's true though. Damn it.
We'll move on.
Isn't it right? That's fucking good.
Anyway,
so like, who do you choose?
Okay, dude, I want to see some Japanese directors.
Yeah.
Do what?
Like
characters?
an anime version of it.
Yeah. What kind of Japanese directors?
I don't even know.
Japanese Godzilla, Japanese Spider-Man, or Japanese anime directors. Those are the three genres I think most people can get behind. Or no, what about Power Rangers? Power Rangers is that Japan?
Definitely in the strain.
Okay.
Definitely in the strain of like a modernized Godzilla type movie would be awesome. I mean,
like one of the.
If you think about it though, like the Marvel movies are very much Godzilla movies.
Yeah, you have the spider, the radioactive bite.
The Godzilla's just really big sometimes, or Thanos with a big Godzilla glove.
It's just back to the Cold War theatrics of Hiroshima.
So, but yeah, I mean, in that theatrical style would be pretty freaking hilarious.
That's pretty dope. What about you, Robbie? What would you do? You're in charge now. I'm handing you the keys. Toss, toss, clink, clink.
I mean,
what's up?
What about like Christopher Nolan?
Dude. All right. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I bet my left testicle your first director is gonna be Elon Musk. So I have to go through this Japanese ceremony where I give up my left testicle. I'll be back in 20 minutes to 20 years.
Elon's got a lot on his plate right now.
Dude, but don't act like Elon wouldn't fucking take on a movie. Fucking dude, if Kathleen Kennedy was like, hey Elon, do you want to fucking direct a Star Wars movie? Elon, like, I'm in charge of 9 companies and a Star Wars movie.
Oh, hey, speaking of Elon, I saw a Falcon 9 launch in person. That was awesome.
Dude,
Just a couple days ago.
that is pretty cool. Hey,
I almost saw a Falcon Heavy launch, but they canceled it at 59 seconds left on the clock.
Damn, dude.
There was
Something edging
triggered in the computer systems that warned about it, and they had to cancel it because it was at the end of their window and they already delayed.
They got a Matt Walsh warning, and they just canceled the whole thing. What about you, Matt? What's going on with you?
So this is going to be a long-winded answer, but I will get to the point. What I don't want to see is what happens in the sequels, in which we have 3 different directors, and they all come in and write their own story. So for doing another Star Wars thing, if it's going to be a trilogy, it has to be the same director for all 3 with the same writing group. I don't mind if it's like a single movie or a different movie. But we definitely need a person to like rein it all in. But I've been on a huge kick with Korean directors lately. So I think his name is Bong Joon-ho, who did Parasite, or Kwan, who did Everything Everywhere All at Once. Because there's a lot of action in Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's kind of this like crazy story, but it's done really well. There's no shaky cam, there's no 10 million cuts in a fight scene.
Where the camera keeps just changing angles constantly.
And so like, or who's currently doing the first few John Wick movies? I like these fight scenes in which we take this wide angle and we just watch the fight scene, and it's good choreography, just like The Matrix. Good choreography, not 15 cuts to get over a fence and taken.
Chad Stahelski, the director.
So I love it because, I mean, it's Star Wars, there's, the broader story, but there's always epic action. And I'd rather watch, from a big picture, all these spaceships attack each other than 10 cuts of an X-Wing going into, like, look at the original Star Wars. When they're doing the run, like, you're seeing them banking, and it's still the same shot, and they come in, and they're going through, and it's still the same shot, and then they cut to the pilot. But then they cut to the run again. But it's not like 20 cuts back and forth. It's just really well done. So, like I said, the director of the John Wick movies, or these Korean directors who I really love lately, would be awesome for that.
That'd be, dude.
Well, yeah, man. That'd be good.
John Wick director directing a Nightwing movie. I think that'd be really good because you need a lot of.
I think that'd just be like woke, just like, because that's what Disney's trying to do, right? Like, I'm here in Balls, even in the middle of Florida, with this DeSantis versus Disney shit, right?
Down there with
but like, dude, how awesome
what
would
are
it
we?
be if they just like hired like SS Rajamouli, who was the director for RRR, right? Which is like apparent. I haven't seen it, which is maybe one of the greatest tragedies of my life as of this recording, right? But from every YouTuber, every reviewer I've heard, like RRR is like one of the like Triple R. RRR is like one of the greatest fucking movies like that's ever been like created in the last like 50 years or whatever. So it's a huge failure on my part. I'll blame my wife though, right? That I haven't seen this movie yet, but like, dude, like, put that fucking person in charge. Give it to everyone. Who cares, dude? If Disney, if Kathleen Kennedy, if all you want to do is just create as much Disney as possible, give Disney Star Wars to everyone, right? It's a galaxy a long time ago. Give Forrest 10 million BBY, and then give Robbie
let's democratize it. Let's democratize it all.
Yeah, exactly. Just give Tip whatever he wants. Give Matt 5,000 extra BBY, like, or and then give me like at least 8 inches of BBC. Right?
I'm
That's
calling
all
Disney today. I
think
want
the
$600
fans
million.
need.
I'm doing Star Wars.
Oh well, I was just calling for 8 inches of big black cock BBC, but like we'll give 600 million to tip. That should be good enough to start the next franchise.
So, I will say this
So
too. What we also need to stop doing though is getting these new independent directors who have no experience on big budget films. Rain,
maybe
because
no.
really no, because what you're doing is
Go on.
you as the storyteller are just hiring them so that way you can keep it tight and you're still not keeping the story.
Keeping the budget low, right? You're not paying for George Lucas, but you're trying to find George Lucas. Look, I understand with that, right? You pay for what you get, but dude, Taika Waititi and Thor Ragnarok, like, are you kidding me? Like, this guy who made a couple like Aussie flicks or about some vampires and some sun and whatever, whatever. He was not qualified. Like, Taika Waititi was not qualified enough. He didn't have the CV or the resume to fucking direct Thor Ragnarok, which might be one of the best top 5, if not top 3 best Marvel movies through Phase 4.
So I think the issue is because that worked, they kept going with that.
Yes.
And it has not worked since.
I see what you're saying, right? Yeah.
Captain Marvel.
You fuck one girl on the street and it rocks your world. So you fuck 5 other girls on the street and you're like, what's happening? Why aren't they all as good as the first girl?
Yeah. Well, I think
And it's Taika
out.
Waititi. Come on, like,
Yeah.
he's like Tarantino to me.
Okay.
So he just is one of these guys that works, that I love.
I mean, he had a threesome with two
Looks
actors.
with Tessa Thompson. Well, it looks like this new woman, Nia DaCosta, is directing the new Marvels movie.
I would say it's
and it looks
completely unprofessional.
All right, is that
and
nice?
Badass.
Yeah,
Looks
It's
like
good.
These
It's
movies
bad.
were.
Like, dude, wait, good for you, and also, goddamn gross, dude.
yeah,
Like,
no, it was
awesome for you,
consensual. Fuck yeah.
No, consensual is
Oh.
great, but also, can you be consensual when you're the director and you're sleeping with one of your actresses? Because Harvey Weinstein would say yes, and the jury would say no.
Dude, I mean, come on. In this day and age, I'm sure he was not dumb enough.
Oh, look, he was sleeping with like
be like-
Emily Portman or whatever. Like, I'm not saying anything wrongdoing. I'm not accusing any wrongdoing going on. I love Taika Waititi, right? Like, I'm just saying, is there a double standard? Is there blah blah blah? I don't know enough details, so I'm not giving this shit because I don't care, right? Look, guys, go back to fucking school. Doesn't fucking matter. Like, what Taika Waititi's doing with his penis doesn't fucking matter. Watch the TV show, like and subscribe to the podcast, and then get the fuck out and go back to school.
Yeah, and take care of your own penis.
Exactly. Take
Or
care of your
vagina.
penis.
Or if you have both,
Call me.
Looks like most of the rest of the
You're
Phase
right
5
away.
movies are going to be. Looks like most of the rest of the Phase 5 movies are going to be directed by independent directors. It
Yeah,
seems
can
to
we
me.
Talk,
more
can
of
we
that.
just can we hard pivot to one of the biggest burdens I've been holding my entire life? Like, I am 6'3". I'm 255 pounds. I am strong enough to beat you up, and my dick is big enough to fuck your woman and make her love it. But I will tell you what, I almost cried as a little boy going to Robbie's birthday party because we went to go see The Phantom Menace, and I was like, I don't think this is a good idea, in the front row. And then Robbie's mom was like, shut the fuck up, this is what we're doing. So we went to go see The Phantom Menace in the front row. So we watched Star Wars Episode 1. And this is, guys, remember, this is after the first 3. So this is the first Star Wars in like 20 years. And then Robbie's scary ass mom, I'm like 7, I'm like 10, I'm like 11. And she's like, shut the fuck up. And my neck's like broken. And then like Rob and I, my best friend, my best fucking friend in the world, we're just like, dude, our necks are broken on the fucking front row of the movie theater at Regal, where later on we go to work at. And we're just watching like the first Star Wars movie. And that was it. And that's where I started growing hair on my balls, and I started learning how to be a man. And dude, I appreciate that moment for the rest of my life for sure. For sure, Z's.
Well,
It was a
doesn't
good
look like we have a
birthday.
whole lot to talk about. Doesn't look like we have a lot to talk about. Like
No, we can skip straight on to the
No,
second
like-
episode. Do you guys have any
So I have a funny story
I'm-
about the second episode.
There we go. God damn.
Um,
See, Forrest? People act,
so-
you act like people don't have lives. Let's go, Matt.
I won tickets through the local radio station to go to the midnight release. And this is
Attack
like
of the
2000
Clones?
That had to have been crazy.
2002, I believe.
Oh, dude, Natalie
so
Portman's so hot.
We drive there, and like I won 4 tickets, so like the car is full. We're nerds.
Yeah, let's
we go
fucking
in.
go.
We get the tickets, midnight release, and everybody has like lightsabers. Everybody's dressed up. Like it's all the hardcore fans here
Oh,
tonight.
yeah.
And the DJ from the local radio station is like hyping up the crowd.
DJ.
Everybody's
Oh my
you know,
god, dude, that's fucking
Right.
awesome. Yeah.
is like cheering everybody up, and he's like super excited. He's like, and then make sure you stay afterwards for interviews for this station had a TV show as well that would air on Saturday nights on the Spanish channel. But it was really cool. So we're all excited. We watched the movie. Then the movie ends. Nobody says a thing. Everybody just stands up, walks out of the theater. You could hear a pin drop. And everybody's just so disappointed. They don't want to acknowledge that they just watched this. Because it's all the hardcore nerds. So we get outside, we're walking to our car, and here's the same DJ with a camera crew. Like, so what did you think? Wasn't that da, 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 da? And nobody would talk to him. They ended up having to scrap the episode for the midnight release the next week
George
on
Lucas killed my
TV.
childhood.
Yep, there's also a great documentary, The People versus George Lucas. Highly recommend watching that as well. But yeah, episode
That's
2
so
was
amazing.
when I knew it was so bad, because you had literally a theater packed full of nerds who refused to talk. Just wanted to go to the car. It was 2 in the morning, like 2:30 in the morning. Just wanted to go home.
Just wanted to go home, dude. Just fucking right, fuck.
Dude, the People versus George Lucas is
Oh my
a 2010
God.
documentary film directed by Swiss director Alexandria Felipe.
Oh, that's so
Oh my goodness.
Well, it looks like nothing Marvel related. Well, we have Guardians 3 comes out next week, so is everyone going to watch that? We can talk about it in the next episode.
Well, we
Is that
could.
what else?
So,
discuss.
well, does anyone
Like TV or TV wise?
have any thoughts about the third episode? Because
So
like,
I have another funny story
yeah,
about the third episode.
Forrest, what are you doing? Are you trying to exit this podcast? Because like, bro, my man Anakin
wanna hear
guys,
Matt's
let's
story.
cut off.
So
My man
I-
Anakin guys, let's cut off, and I want to hear how
Because
my
he
best
didn't
friend
have the high
fucking
ground.
reacted to this motherfucker. Get his let's cut
So-
off.
So I will say this: one of my favorite comedians is Brian Posehn, and he has a whole sketch. I'll send it out later about how he feels watching the prequels.
We're not gonna tweet that,
so-
bitch. You're just out of luck. We're not gonna tweet it. You just have to fucking find it yourself.
So after the whole episode 2 debacle, I refused to watch episode 3, and I ended up being a security guard at a mall during college. And I was working, and one of my best friends worked at this kiosk for lids, and he was talking about episode 3, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go see it. And then after a few months later, he's like, hey, I got some Russian bootleg copies of episode 3 before it was released on DVD. Back in the day, you would go to Circuit City, the night of release, it would be $10 to get the DVD. And I was like, yeah, I refuse to pay it, but I am kind of curious. I want to see how it ends. So I paid him $10 for this Russian bootleg copy, which had really weird translations on the bottom. And it's definitely like a guy in a theater holding a camera, because the audio was just shit. And I think that was a better experience because I have a story watching this really shitty copy than had I actually paid to go see it in the theaters.
Maybe. Dude, like that's a great story, and I 100% agree with that. But like, I saw it in theaters, and I saw it disappointed, and I saw it in home disappointed, and then I watched it with a new retrospect, and a new found appreciation. And for like those who don't want to listen to the last 99 goddamn episodes of the podcast, right? Oh, not all 99, but I haven't always been the biggest Star Wars fan, and not just because no one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans, but because it was generally fucking stupid. It's a stupid fucking, like, parsecs like is a measurement of time, not distance, or distance, not time. Whatever it does, I don't remember, because I love Star Wars now. I'm sucking Han Solo's dick on a nightly basis. Because
hey, Major,
yes,
somehow Emperor Palpatine returned.
Yo, Emperor Palpatine returned because Bob Iger needed some content for Disney Plus. Dude,
Somehow Rey returned as well,
dude,
because she's getting another movie.
I would,
apparently.
15 years later. Yeah, and it's maybe a trilogy. Dude, like, I would love to be pissed at this goddamn gross capitalistic, like, formula, but it's just Star Wars now. Star Wars makes a trilogy, and then they fill in a bunch of plot holes with extramarital or extracurricular material outside of the movie franchise, right? You have the prequels trilogy, and you have the Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff, and then like all this bullshit going on. Like, it sucks it happens, but I know enough of the new extended lore and canon that I know Star Wars is gonna make $1 billion off the next fuck up.
I will say this: I miss the days where the debate was, do you have the original VHS copies,
Ooh.
the THX enhanced
Ooh.
VHS copies, or
Ooh.
the special edition DVDs? Because everybody hated the special edition when he started like randomly
yes.
adding things in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
But that was
those
like
they added
original
Jabba the Hutt.
CGIs.
They didn't re-add him, but
Yeah.
they.
Dude, all right. My dick was going so hard. I thought Matt and I were about to have a 20-minute debate on whether Han shot first, but that is not where that conversation's going.
Yeah, because I think we need to probably wrap this up.
Dude,
It's
the
I think
edited
we're,
version where his head just like knocked sideways.
Wait,
Yeah,
George-
yeah, because George
yeah.
Lucas didn't want Han to be the bad guy, or he was supposed to be
yeah,
the good guy,
first
so
we
of course he
wrap
couldn't
this
shoot
up,
first.
as in to go on to the next 6 movies.
Well, I
'cause
think
we're gonna
we won't be
here
able
all
to talk
night.
about anything until Secret Invasion comes out in June. That's the next Marvel TV show, because I don't know when Loki's coming out. But the next Marvel thing will be Guardians 3, and then
I'm just trying to figure out.
yeah, I
if
don't know what else.
the Trick Me being
we're-
tanked
y'all are gonna have
for
to watch
an
Mob
hour-long
Psycho 100
podcast.
now. Rob's already hooked. Rob, give Major your recommendation for Mob Psycho 100.
No way in fucking hell, dude. I watched Venture
I'm
Bros.
enjoying it so far. You can definitely tell it's based on an anime because the characters are basically all acting
Dude,
like they're
are there
taken out of an
tits?
anime.
Are there tits? What's going on? Why should I watch Mob Psycho 100? Pitch it to me in a minute.
Do you like One Punch Man?
I've never
Well,
seen One
it's-
Punch Man.
Well, basically, this really shy kid that has psychic powers, and when he hits 100, that's why it's called Mob Psycho 100. Like, he's kind of like a emotionless, shy kid, and that. But once those powers come out,
I'm
that's
sorry.
what I'm
I just
getting out of
imagine.
it so far.
I just imagine an autistic kid in regular American high school, and then he gets 100 on a test and just fucking explodes. Super Saiyan Mega
Oh, and he
style.
has this,
Explodes
and he
fucking
works
skull.
with this guy who's basically a scam artist exorcist that uses him
Who
to,
the fuck? Also, before he even tries to
to
cancel
actually get rid of the ghost
Goddamn.
or whatever.
cocksuckers, my sister just has
Rob,
Asperger's,
I'm
so go fuck
intrigued.
yourself.
Send me this link.
Yeah, this.
It's
what
on
is this?
Netflix.
It's on the
Netflix.
group
on
chat. It's on the
Netflix.
group chat.
Yeah.
Mob Psycho
No, it's on
100
Hulu.
on Netflix. Well,
Oh,
I'm
it's on
watching it on
Netflix too?
Netflix right now.
Oh, okay.
Guys,
All
right.
3 seasons?
I don't know.
Is there a
Okay,
boob
the first-
psycho? 'Cause I'm much more inclined to a boob psycho 101 than a mom psycho 101. You know,
YouTube, the link to the trailers in the group chat. So, but yeah, it's on
Antifa
Netflix
and shit.
Hulu.
I'm
But yeah.
seeing 12 episodes, which I guess is just the first season.
Yeah,
Well,
but
like the 12 tribes of
no.
Israel. Conspiracy theory. Put on the tinfoil hat. Oh, I'm Eddie Bravo. Call Eddie Bravo. I'm just fucking with you guys. I'm just fucking with Robbie because we have so much
It's a
fun
great
on
show,
this
though. We
movie.
can talk about that next week because we got
Next
like a
week
few
we'll
months
talk
until
about
Secret
Mob
Invasion comes out.
100 since DCE
Yeah.
canceled 17
at least
shows.
watch at least watch the episode 1 one or two, and
I think he'll be intrigued.
now that I
what
know,
I think.
now that I know what fucking streaming service it's on for sure. I asked, so true story. I asked Forrest. I was like, Forrest, we're doing 100 episodes today. I know we're getting tanked. Apparently, I was the only one getting tanked. Fun fact. I was like, what we're talking about? I was like 20 years of friendship, and we're talking about 20 years of Star Wars and Halo and jerking each other off and stuff. No, he was like Mob 100 and what was the other one?
Venture Brothers.
Venture Brothers, and I was like,
Because Venture Brothers is about to have their finale movie come out. I think later this year.
God,
So
dude,
I might
just like,
rewatch.
dude,
I might-
imagine,
It'd be a good time to
imagine-
rewatch all 7 seasons.
Imagine if Jeffrey Epstein came out with the season finale. Get the fuck out of here. No one cares.
It's a weird comparison, but I don't know. It's your life. I'll let you decide what you want to watch. But I think they're both great shows if you like good storytelling. And
Let me tell you about the story of Jeffrey Epstein. Bill Clinton.
I know how it ends. I know how it ends. So, but yeah, this is our show. This is 100 episodes. And
Fuck yeah.
thanks everyone who's been listening
These
to us. Some people in
podcasts.
Germany, I know. We had a lot of German subscribers when we first started. Hopefully people will continue listening to us now that we've hit this milestone. Hopefully we'll get more and more listeners, and we appreciate you listening to us, and we'll be back for more. So yeah, I'm Forrest.
I'm Major.
I'm Robbie.
Matt.
9 tip.
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll be here next time.